Hello there, brothers and sisters of the WoT Blitz universe. You're watching WoT Blitz Addict. My name is Lolander, and today we're gonna talk about the one and only T-54. Why is this tank so efficient? Well, it have nice turret armor, nice side armor, nice front armor, nice mobility, and everything nice you really want to have on your tank. Let's take a quick view at the stats and then we're gonna go through the gameplay because I have two games I want to show you. So okay, as it comes for hit points, 1600 hit points, main armor and turret on front 200, on sides 160 and on rear 65, on hull heavily sloped 120, on 80 on sides and 45 on the rear. View range is 302 meters using optics. DPM is 2617 using calibrated shells. 7.11 reload time. Average penetration on AP using the gun leading to T-62A is 230. Heat is 297 and H is 55. Just a little bit about the gun right now. I think this gun is way better than the gun from leading to Object 140. Why is that? If you compare the stats, as you can see, the AP penetration on this gun is only 211 and on this gun is 230. Of course you have lower DPM, you have a bit lower reload time and worse dispersion, but still you can do a lot more damage because you will penetrate more often. Okay, we talked about this. Let's then talk about the average damage. Did I told you about average damage? I think not. So average damage on AP is 310, on heat is 260 and 420 on HE. Elevation is 20 degree, depression is 5 degree, so it's not really great, but it's typical for the Russian medium tanks. Okay, quick view on consumables, multi-purpose restoration pack, repair kit, adrenaline, for provisions, extra combat rations, condensed milk and improved fuel. As it comes for ammunition, as I told you, I have on this gun we have a nice penetration value, so I'm using mostly AP, 36 rounds, 10 rounds of heat and 4 rounds of HE. As it comes for equipment, calibrated shells to boost up our penetration values, supercharge to boost the shell velocity and penetration with the distance, and vertical stabilizer to just make the gun a bit more accurate. And it really works fine for me. If you want, you can use enhanced gun lane drive instead, or even use refined gun, but this blend of skills is perfect for me, so I use this blend. As it comes for vitality, improved modules, enhanced armor, because your armor is really phenomenal. It's good to have at least 4% more. And toolbox, as usual, improved optics, engine accelerator, and I would use high-end consumables if I will purchase this slot. And now we're gonna compare tanks in the blitzstars.com. I'm just comparing two guns of T-54. One is with 230 penetration, and the second one it was leading to Object 140 with 211. As you can see, we're using same equipment, same provisions, same shell type. And as you can see, DPM is slightly worse. The penetration is way better. Alpha is the same. Rate of fire is slightly worse. Reload time is slightly worse. The same caliber, much better shell velocity, which is nice. Aiming time is the same, slightly worse dispersion. Okay, and now we're gonna compare T-54 to its counterparts on Tier 9. We switched off all the equipment, put on same provisions, same shell type. So as you can see, the DPM is in the middle, let's say. It's worse than American line, but better than Japanese, UK, slightly worse than uh, German line, and slightly better than the Chinese line. Okay, so penetration values, as you can see with this gun, are quite nice. Of course, they're not top of the list, but they're still quite nice. Alpha damage isn't really that well, but still it's quite nice. The rate of fire, as you can see, is really nice, excluding the Patton and T-54E1. Caliber is lowest of them all. As you can see, the shell velocity is quite nice. It's not the top of the list, but it's quite nice. Aiming time is in the middle, let's say. It's not that bad, really. You just don't feel it being inaccurate or something. It's a really nice gun, even though it has worse dispersion than the gun leading to Object 140. As it comes for dispersion, it's not really phenomenal. Um, Depression and elevation, as you can see, it's not bad, but the depression lacks a bit, so you have to be careful using mostly uh, some uh, some holes more than hills. In this case, you have to hide your hole, try to hide your hole, and just show your turret, and you should be fine with this tank. Speed, as you can see, is nice. It's really nice. The mobility of the tank is really nice. The engine power is, let's say, in the middle. Power to weight ratio isn't perfect, but it's nice. Effective horsepower per ton isn't the greatest, but still not bad. Camo values are really nice, as you can see. This tank is very low to the ground, so it can easily hide behind bombs of any type on maps, just showing your turret and effectively shoot your enemy. The camo after shot isn't the greatest, but it's quite nice, as you can see. Crate coefficient on the tank, it's pretty nice for a tier 9 tech tree tank. As you can see, only the Chinese has a 1% better crate coefficient. If you make damage, you will earn credits. That's the main, that's the secret of this tank, really. Repair cost factor, it's it's normal. Let's say it's in the middle. The view range is nice, not the best, but really nice. HP is 1600, and it's similar to the rest of the tanks. The weight isn't really great, but the frontal armor is really phenomenal. So it's a nice rammer if you have to ram something. But try to avoid ramming heavy tanks, of course, because you will suffer. The hull armor, as you can see, the front is almost the best, though it only is slightly better, slightly worse than E50, which is a really well armored tank. 80 on sides, still one of the best, same as the E50, and 45 on the rear, but really, rear of the tank is almost fragile. It's always fragile, so you should avoid facing enemy backwards. Turret armor is really phenomenal. As you can see, only the WZ-120 Chinese medium has slightly better turret armor. The rest of the tanks have way lower armor on the turret. And now for the best part, which is the gameplay, of course. I'm gonna show you two battles. Two of them are quite nice. Two of them are on the realistic battle type mode. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to survive this one, but I made my point. As you can see, I'm a bottom tier, and you will see the results at the end. So I will give you just a little, let's say, suspense on this one, so you can just check the results at the end. We're capping C. As you can see, enemies are capping A, so I'm quite sure there's no one here. My plan was to cap D at the beginning, but as you will see in a moment, I found some enemies here, and I didn't want to just give up my presence, so I didn't cap at the beginning, and then I decided to cap. Then, as you can see, my friend, my teammate put one shot into that VK, and I thought it would be a good idea to clear the gun. So, and then I saw this the yak tiger. So we were uh, we were at the back. So it is a good idea. As you can see, there are also any other enemies, but realistic battle mode. No, no spots on the minimap, so we can clear a bit this yak tiger. We made a mistake here, but still we were able to clear him. The tank is very mobile, as I told you, so we can easily do stuff like that. And now we can proceed to the rest of the enemies. We have this convoy here. Good idea to clear him. That's what I thought. And we have the Death Star next to us, which was really funny to make things like this. As you can see, we're facing two enemies at the same time, but I want to clear the Death Star because it's the it can make the most of the damage. So I'm focusing Death Star right now. Unfortunately for me, I wasn't able to clear it in one shot, so we got a ram him. Yep, another one for us. Now we can clear the Leo. As you can see, I'm bouncing most of the shots. Nice thing. Our friendly Death Star helped me to clear him, and unfortunately for us, we died before we could clear the E-50. And now it's 1-on-1, and as I told you, we will win this game. And now let's go to the results. As you can see, the results are quite nice. 4 enemies destroyed, 3,770 damage dealt, 15,000, almost 16,000 credits earned, some nice trophies, 2 higher enemies destroyed, top damage, and remember we were the bottom tier here. And here's the second game on Rockfield. Again, we are the only tier 9 tank, which isn't the best matchmaking, but still we managed to do some nice stuff here. That's why I wanted to show you. Team decided to go C. I'm a stubborn person, so I decided to go E, but this time it paid off, but in most cases, as I told you, it won't. But just look and see what's going on. Recapping A. As I told you, in most cases, when I'm on the supremacy mode, I always try to cap A and B because C is very hard to cap. That's why in most cases it really pays off. Nowhere to shoot at, so we're trying to go spot some other enemies, some targets. we were able to deal damage. There's object 140. We're able to sneak a shot in the side. And it's a good player, so I really wanted to clear him. As you can see, no one to shoot, so we're deciding to move on. And here's the fun part. It begins. So somebody's capping B, and we can see the mouse, which is in the tank. You really want to meet in a low tier tank, but we were able to sneak behind him, and we're able to penetrate his armor. And now is the time that I like this gun most, more than the gun leading to object 140, because with this penetration we were able to penetrate the mouse, which would be probably not really possible with the other gun. Here's the object 140. Unfortunately we missed, but I really want to clear him. As I told you, he's a nice player, so we're trying to clear him, and probably will be able to do it in this shot, as I remember correctly. Or we're gonna ram him, I don't really remember. Yeah, we'll try to ram him. Nice flying turret for the end. As you can see, we are winning on points, and here is our teammate in the mouse, the few cursed killers. By the way, I want to like to greet you, man, because we had a nice chat after this battle. He's a nice player. He was just a bit unlucky in this game. I wanted to kill this object, but then I saw we are really winning on points, so no, it's not worth to risk it. And it was a good game. And now we're gonna just look at the results fastly. So as you can see, 2,795 damage dealt, 16,000 credits earned, 1 destroyed enemy. Again, we were the only tier 9 tank. As you can see, top damage, top XP. It was really nice game. And that's all for today. So see you next time. Take care. Remember to subscribe if you like my videos, and see you all on the battlefield.